told not to worry about earthly treasures, for we have treasures awaiting us in heavens. Most of us are hoping that when we die, we will ascend into heavens, for we are good people. Sanibonani, igama lami uDumsane Prince, masifune AMAGUGU. And today's topic is, are we really going to heaven? Ingabe siyafuna ukuya ezulwini? Siyokwenzani masifika khona? Are we created to end up in heaven? Is Yahweh Elohim eagerly waiting for us in heavens? Well, if you ask these questions to a Christian who reads the New Testament, then you will have a big yes as an answer. Ngifuna ukuya ezulwini. That's what they will tell you. Then you question, niyokwenzani? The answer again will be kings and queens. Are we royalty there, guys? No, we will be royalty there. Then when you ask a person who reads Torah or an Old Testament, then your answer will be, I've never heard of any human being living in heavens or going into heaven successfully. But do we want to go to heaven? The answer will be, to do what then? Yahweh created me in paradise here on earth. If you're an angel, go to your heavens and give me my paradise. AMAGUGU means treasure. Let's dig into Bible and history until we find treasures for our minds. In Hebrew scriptures, the one called the Old Testament, Yahweh created human beings on earth in the location called Paradise, Eden, which was in Africa. The word Eden means the garden of joy or the paradise of joy. There was no sickness, no hunger, no the fear of death. Original humans were created to last forever in this garden. You will find that in Genesis chapter 1 and 2 if you read, and then chapter 3 we are told the original humans were deceived into eating a poisonous fruit that they knew it will cause them death. So in my understanding, according to the first chapters of the Hebrew scriptures, if they were not deceived, they were not going to eat. Or if they fought away the devil, they were not going to eat. If not eating, they were going to live forever with their children and fill the earth. Kukhona abanye abokungeke baye ezulwini baba ma-kings and queens if they didn't eat. And hands down, Yahweh Elohim is the one who told them not to eat, and they did not listen to his advice, for if they eat, they will die. That's what he told them. Guys, be free to comment. Please, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Yahweh didn't want people to die, but they are dying because they refused to listen. Is it possible that he did not want people to go to heaven, as he didn't want them to die? It seems like Christians believe that death is God's way of taking people to heaven. If this is true, then Christians, can you agree with me, Umangiti, death is not God's plan to take you to him? Read for yourselves 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 26. God is calling death his enemy. He is a God of life, not the God of death. If Yahweh wanted us in heaven, don't you think he was going to create us there or make us an easier way to go there? In the Hebrew scriptures, Yahweh has promised his people to regain the land, a paradise, and live in it forever. For example, Psalms 37 verse 29, it says, the righteous will possess the earth, and they will live in it forever. Okay, if there is any verse on the Hebrew scriptures that promises people to live in heaven, is there any verse in Hebrew scriptures that promises that, no, don't worry, if you die, going to heaven? I have not found even one. You are free, guys, to prove me wrong. Instead, on chapter 115, Psalms verse 16, it says, as for the heavens, they belongs to Yahweh, but the earth he has given to the sons of men. The dead do not praise Yah, nor do any who go down into the place of silence. In Hebrew scriptures, everything is cleared. It's obvious Hebrew scriptures don't favor Christians. Maybe it's for this reason it's called Old Testament. Let us go then and read the New Testament, maybe we will find better clarity there. The main character in the New Testament is Yeshua, the Christ. Let's check his point of view, for he is the Lord and the leader. First, Yeshua's teaching, he teaches us how to pray. On Matthew chapter 6, verse 9, he said, we must pray like this: Our Father who art in heavens, let your name be sanctified. Let your kingdom come. Let your will take place as in heaven, also on earth. Let your kingdom come. For we are not coming to the kingdom, but let your kingdom come to us. Secondly, it says, let your will be done on earth as in heaven. We are not going there to do his will. Instead, we must do your will here on earth. This is how Yeshua teaches us to pray. Treasures in heavens. Don't look down, guys, look up, because the treasures are there. In the same book, chapter 6, verse 19, Matthew, Yeshua said, I quote, stop storing up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal. Rather store up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Did he say we will be in heaven? Or did he say that your or our heart will be in heaven? He said we must store our treasure in heaven. Did anyone ever went to heaven and store his gold there? What treasure, what heaven is he talking about? What have you stored in your own heaven? Masfune AMAGUGU and store them in our heavens. His friend Lazarus is dead for 4 days. Yeshua went there, John 11, verse 34. He said, where have you laid him? They said, Lord, come and see. Joshua went and he wept. He cried. John 11, verse 34. Christians, if your friend goes to your father or goes to visit your father, do you cry? Why is Yeshua crying if his friend went to visit his Papa in heaven? It's true that Yeshua did resurrect him later on. He spoke also about resurrection on John 5, verse 28, where he said, do not be amazed at this, for the hour is coming in which all in the memorial tombs will hear his voice and come out. On my personal point of view, I have not yet heard of any memorial tombs in heaven. One of the pastors said he went there and took some selfies with Jesus. Maybe he can tell us. But Yeshua said those in memorial tombs will hear his voice and come out. What I know for sure and seen is that memorial tombs are on earth. Then I conclude that the resurrection will be here on earth. I don't know about the spirit, but Yeshua said that they will be resurrected here on earth, where the tombs, the memorial tombs are. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 20 says, all are going to the same place. They all come from the dust, and they all return to the dust. Who really knows whether the spirit of human ascends upward and whether the spirit of animals descends down on earth? Who knows? Guys, let us not try to surprise Yahweh and go to heaven without his knowledge. He gave us this land so we can live and prosper in it. And these thieves comes and tell you that don't worry about the treasures of this land. You will have better in heaven. While they are busy stealing from Africa, busy colonizing our land and minds, let us be free. Masivikela amagugu ethu. They are owning tons of gold stolen from Africa, tons of diamonds stolen from Africa, whilst Africans are looking up mindlessly, hoping that they will walk in the streets of gold. How can you protect heavenly treasures if you cannot even protect earthly treasures? Let God and angels protect heavenly treasures and wena bheka la uyalimala la. Learn from your history. How did they stole land from our ancestors? They will rob it again in your watch. If you don't know which thieves I'm talking about, maybe you are confused. I'm talking about the thief that you see on the books from the churches. The guy they call Jesus there, the thieves looks like him. You know, these books, I read them and enjoyed looking at those pictures. And they drew paradise. They were happy people there, and they tell us that those people will inherit the kingdom. And you can see they are happy. Others are in heaven, others are in paradise. All of them are slender. I've never seen fat people of big ass or breast on those pictures of heaven they drew, and those pictures of paradise they drew. I don't know, guys. And African women have bigger ass and breast. By nature, nothing looks like African in those so-called paradise pictures. Is this the heavens you want to go to? In our promised paradise, there won't be hunger, there won't be sickness, no death. I'm looking forward into meeting Africans in this paradise. I'm looking forward ukuthi singake ngibona abantu abafana nathi. Not nje ilenda kuphela, kodwa everyone. Are you looking forward? Are you sure? Do you have confidence in the Christ you are worshiping that one day you will be in heaven? I'm 100% sure we shall meet again in paradise.